asshole cats. You're an asshole. We're all assholes. Listen up. Asshole cats! Cause you're an asshole. Asshole cats! Because we're all assholes. Asshole cats! Asshole cats! Asshole cats! Oh, fuck you! Fuck you! You're an asshole! You eat a dick, you bitch! Fuck! Asshole cats is where we talk shit! Asshole cats is where we talk out there! Asshole cats is where your asshole lives! Sit in your ear! Listen up! Asshole! Sounds like shit.
Booyaka, here we are. We're here with Toto Live. We're putting out deep house, jungle.
You believe me when I say these are best boomer collectors.
This is
Asshole cats!
Yeah,
That's dirty. Oh, that's dirty.
Make sure that that's all plugged in.
Oh my God, that's why they do this.
All right, well, here's what I think.
Here's what I think.
All right.
Rumbaka.
Rumbata.
I think it's useless to talk amongst people whose viewpoint is too close to yours.
Nah, that's just agreeing. Boy,
Hey.
my boy doesn't agree with me about the pyramids, the Giza,
That's
the
fine.
drop top.
And that really comes down to it, because it really comes down to how much disagreement you're willing to suffer.
Look,
the amount of disagreement that you're willing to
I don't like disagreement in the form of American standardized school textbooks.
Certainly.
Well,
I think that the
I
textbook
mean,
industry is fucking ridiculous.
I think they can tell you who General E. Lee was, but I don't think they could tell you his opinion about things, to a degree. Also, I don't think that they can tell you about General Lee, but they can't tell you about what the fuck the pyramids were. Come on, man,
I mean,
that's extra stuff.
let's just get back to this General Lee concept, because so
The
much
General
of
Lee.
history is based around the correspondence between individuals. You'll look at General Lee's intentions, and they all are derived from a loyalty to his state as opposed to the country itself.
Right. He picked party before nation.
Not necessarily party either. State. Virginia decided to go with the Confederacy, so he joined the Confederacy because he was loyal to his state.
Or did he choose he wants to be in it? Or I don't know much about General Lee.
General Lee is a fascinating character.
Generally, I don't know much about General Lee, except
General
for
Lee was a
did he hate Robert E. Lee?
Robert E. Lee is General Lee.
Did he have two different names in
No.
persona?
General Robert E. Lee.
Did he have bipolar disorder?
I doubt it. He made very, very logical decisions 99% of the time in his battles.
I probably need to go upstairs.
I got one.
Okay.
Cool. All I need's a lighter. Generally, all I need's a lighter.
Here's the thing. As far as whether or not we can have General E. Lee's opinions in textbooks,
I generally try not to.
is whether or not they're stated as opinion. When you state that somebody's opinion is this, you're stating a fact.
like
That
CNN
that's their
does.
opinion.
Like Fox News and CNN do. The opinion broadcasting. Opinion trial by
When you say I think this, you're
The
stating
court
a
of
fact.
public opinion.
well, there's trial by public now, and that's what we've entered.
Yeah, the
is,
court of public opinion.
Yes, it's just we don't even need to actually get down to the truth. We just believe that you are like this and are like that.
That's just a surrender. That's a surrender to the interests of our opposition, which is to negate the rule of law. Like, they want to equate opinions with facts.
Dude,
and
I
that's
was-
the problem that I have with a lot of people.
Well,
like
are
a lot of
textbooks
fucking people.
the same as like CNN or Fox News? Like you got the Fox News books, you got the CNN books. You know,
It is-
where do you live? You know, when I went and took my GED test in Knoxville,
There's a lot of creationist shit.
Oh my god, dude! Like I had to pass like 4 different parts. One of the parts was history. The questions were basically this: do you think slavery is good or bad?
Did you get it wrong?
I passed. I got my GED because I answered correctly. Slavery is absolutely great for America. And that's why I got my Knoxville GED. They know how to do it down there.
So yeah, anyway, while that is a hilarious anecdote, if I say, fucking, I don't like Bjork, that's a fact. I don't like Bjork.
We can
Well,
all agree on that.
what, true or untrue,
Generally, we can
I'm
all
stating a
agree on that.
fact.
Well, what is true or not true?
But if I say Bjork sucks, that's
be
an
like,
opinion.
Yeah.
So
That's-
it's not
that is an interesting
it's not
fucking
difficult
dichotomy.
to differentiate fact and opinion.
Yeah, I feel like people do have a very difficult time differentiating that, because I dealt with people for a long time that believed that the world was flat, and they would conflate the opinions of other people and their own experience with fact in a concrete sense. Like, you would be able to show them a video where you see the proof of a round Earth, and they would
On a
take
2D
that
screen?
information exactly on a 2D screen
Yeah.
and a one perspective video, and it said different things to both of us. He sitting there saying, "Oh, it's proof that the world is flat." I'm like, "Nah, this is like the proof that the world is round." And that's the interesting time that we live in, where you have to compete. Ideas have to compete for relevance and credibility, which is really fucked up. Because
Well-
I disagree with the idea that there's no way to gauge reality. I think that there is a objective, there's an objectivity to facts. There's no way to change them. There's no outside influence that affects them, because they're information. They're just pure information.
Who?
Facts.
Facts are pure information. Like, information is technology. Information
Yeah.
is...
It allows us access to more information.
Wasn't I asking about this earlier? Like, do you think, instead of thinking like the aliens are human or have a form, what if alien is just information?
I would make the argument that information is a lot like light, in that
There's information in light.
yes,
For sure.
yes. The maximum speed of information is also the speed of light,
which is also Fibonacci series laid out.
something like that. But really, what's coming down is that information that is not accurate has the same speed as information that is accurate.
Do you think that information has a higher speed than light is better information?
Higher than light?
Come on, man.
There's
'Cause
there's nothing higher than light.
Come on, do we know that it's faster?
Is it light or
lighter?
is it dark? Like, that's
Oh,
an
come on,
XO
come
kind of
on.
fucking
We're-
conversation.
Okay, so what we're doing is saying, like, look, what if there was only people that could hear and not see it? It'd be like you could never break the sound of the speed of sound, and then
That's
we're
actually a
light beings.
really interesting point.
I mean,
That's
come on,
fascinating,
to
actually.
really close yourself into be like, well, if light travels this fast and that's how we're able to see and understand everything, then there's nothing faster than that, because we can't understand anything more than that. But that doesn't mean that the universe, like Neil deGrasse Tyson would say, it has to make sense to you.
Absolutely. And I think that the deaf conversation is actually a fascinating way to look at it. Because if we are really just light blind to the point where we don't understand light operates the right way, we're blinded by the light.
Oh my god. Okay.
We're blinded by the light. Comes down to perspective, man. Like,
I know.
if you don't have the physical capacity to have a perspective beyond your own self, a deaf person thinking 700 miles an hour for sound is the limit.
Not a deaf person,
Or-
or a species that only
Or
that
rather
doesn't
a
know
blind
anything
person.
about light. Yeah, I think bats do this. They use sonar and they
And they
speak
operate on the
dude,
speed of
and
sound.
those guys can maneuver
In our
like,
atmosphere.
dude, it's insane how they're able to maneuver super quickly, and they don't see. They're using sound waves.
They have fine eyesight. They just use more of their brain towards this echolocation thing. They have fine eyesight.
Is it echo
It's
or
not that
eco? Which one do you
Echo.
like? You like echo?
bad. Echo.
Like it economy?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Economy.
Economy.
Echo. It's people say eco chamber and then echo chamber. I hear that
Echo
like.
chamber.
So someone will be like, "Yeah, in this eco chamber, there's a lot of
That's some
corrupt
bullshit,
stuff
dude.
going on." And then he'll
I
get
get
this
upset
British
with
guy.
that.
He'll go in this echo chamber.
When you're saying echo,
Echo.
you have to cut off the E in the back of your throat. Echo.
Ew.
Echo chamber.
echo.
Also, you have to go echo, 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 echo,
Echo chamber. You're in an echo chamber of echo chambers. Good for you, bud. You really nailed it on.
Echo chamber of eco chambers.
Remember Eco or Echo the Dolphin for the Genesis, Sega Genesis?
I actually do remember that.
You remember it was basically like
The
when's
worst game
Michael
ever.
Jackson gonna show up with his little bitch from Home Alone? I want to get this done right.
Macaulay Culkin.
McNulsters. Yeah, I was wondering about
That's a
him.
really good song, actually. Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, it's hot.
You got a little hot.
I just banged my tooth through the bowl.
Why'd you do that?
It must be too high.
Why did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, no, I
Were-
did
were
it
you-
on purpose.
Were you higher than light?
Well, I did move it faster than the speed of light. No one wants to acknowledge
No,
my
that's-
research shows.
That comes up to a concept that we were talking
Okay,
about earlier.
so-
This
well,
idea that like
let me talk.
human beings don't have the the capacity to go beyond a certain distance from their instinctive track.
Well, what track would that be?
It depends on a lot of factors, but really what it comes down to is the grand, simple biological drives that push us to continue to survive.
Oh my God, what are you talking about? Like,
Feeding yourself, shitting, sleeping, fucking,
do you
fucking.
mean? Do you mean like for you it's fucking, but for
Literally
women?
every human being on the planet has these like 4 instructions that come down to
But for
eat
women-
shit.
Yeah, that's
drink,
you, bud.
fuck.
You're a simpleton. These ladies out here walking the streets.
Oh, no,
getting it,
ladies
pumping
are
their
really
butt up
interesting.
with their fucking Kim Kardashian.
Ladies are really
toes.
interesting
Those
because
little bitches, those beautiful bitches, they're getting pregnated. And they gotta live with that shit for 8-9 months.
yeah,
They're
but the
building
idea
a
that
person.
the
You think
idea
they're
behind
walking around going, I can't wait to eat all these babies.
You know what, fucker? What really is going on is that these people who would never have attached themselves to a small person that exists inside of their house
Well, they
automatically
better
do
be
because it
paying
came out
rent.
of their fucking pussy.
Okay.
Like,
So
there's something behind that.
It's called a vagina. Okay.
the
Oh, okay.
the whole idea of species is to reproduce, but there's also the other part to that, which is making it bearable to live.
That's why you bear a child.
So those who aren't focused on reproducing can focus on making the world better for those who have been produced.
And that's why gay people exist.
Because they suck at the dick.
Because
Or
they
just
do
not-
they do not increase the population, and they can also, as a couple,
Well,
take
I'm
care
not
of
gay and
orphan
we're not doing
babies.
that shit.
Yeah, or just straight non-breeders.
Regardless,
Yeah, I'm a straight
there's
non-breeder.
always an option.
I'm
with
a
that.
cis straight non-breeder. I'm a.
Fucking breeder, you piece of
Dude.
shit.
I'm worried that, like, when I'm 50, like, some kid that thinks I'm cool because I sit in the park and eat a bologna sandwich comes up to me is like, "You're a cisgender not breeder." And I was like, "Get out of here, kid." And he hands me a little bag, and I use it every day to keep my pocket change in.
Like, what kind of bag are we talking about?
Like it says,
Like a
it's
plastic
a
bag?
Satchel.
All right, it's a leather Harley Davidson bag that you can totally
Oh,
strap
yeah.
onto your Harley Davidson and take it around town, and you'll
yeah,
never lose
fuck
the
yeah.
changes in there. It's a half Harley, half leather,
It's full of change.
never gay.
Unlike Obama, it's full of
I
change.
got a never black, never gay Harley motorcycle. Because I'm a cisgender, eater upper, ramen noodle kind of beef tenderloin kind of guy.
That's actually a phrase that I find offensive.
I know, I'm
and
so offended by
legitimately offended by. Like,
You mean
cis.
it doesn't mean
No, that's like
gay?
that's a phrase, man.
I
Like,
know, man. I was
oh,
trying to
you
tell
fucking cis piece of shit. I'm sitting here like, yeah, that's offended me more than any kind of cracker, honky, small dick.
I mean, I don't
insult
think it's
I've
meant as
ever-
like
hurt my feelings.
derogatory.
I was hurt by
No,
small
it's
dick.
derogatory.
Yeah.
I think it is
Well, if somebody
derogatory.
uses it in a derogatory way, then
People
they're
use
a
it
piece
in
of
a
shit.
very derogatory sense,
Turtle?
and yes, they are
Turtle,
pieces
do
of
it.
shit.
Do a derogatory way of using that word for 1,000 points.
Okay, give me just a couple seconds.
All right, 1, 2. That's a couple.
Okay,
Few is 1, 2,
you're
3
gonna
if you're
sit
looking
there
for-
and talk about gay rights and LGBTQ. Always add the Q
You gotta have the Q.
issues,
for Cubert.
and you're just some cis and privileged white motherfucker. Dude, I swear to God, you will.
Well,
be
yeah, I
surprised
am a
as to how
privileged
many
white
times you're gonna
motherfucker.
yeah, I'm white. What the fuck? Whatever. Yeah.
And
Stop
I'm-
You know
chopping my
and I'm
balls off.
Usually,
Cis.
usually when someone wins a game, I shame them. Like, shame on you for winning the game. How dare you win the game? How
Oh,
about you
shit.
cisgender, white, Jewish little cocksucker fucker? You could do whatever you want, you little bitch. Yeah, how dare you?
I just
do
be like,
you want?
whatever. At least I'm not Christian.
I
Who
used to
said
be.
I was Christian?
I used to be very Christian.
Well,
No,
you didn't know
I've-
any
Fuck
better.
the Christian.
Yeah,
I wanted McCain to win in 2012.
I want
dude.
a black
I
Or
was-
Christian.
2008 rather.
Wait, how does that? What does that have to do with being Christian?
Being conservative.
And sexy.
That doesn't. That
Oh,
don't have shit to do
it
with being Christian.
certainly
Oh, yeah.
does.
People think it does.
No.
Jesus is sexy. He's
Coming
got no shirt.
from the people that, yes,
My
I did
mom
both
is
of those
the
things.
biggest Bible thumper I know,
She's into having sex
and
a lot.
she's
Did she have the, what denomination was she?
Sex.
Southern Baptist.
Motherfuckers.
Yep.
I was Presbyterian. And you know what we did? We actually read the Bible. And
Oh.
and we figured out exactly what he was talking about
mother's
by
mother?
the words
My
that he was
mother's mother?
using.
Jesus.
She read a Greek Bible
Well,
and took
fuck.
notes in the damn margin.
Well, that's fine. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you look at the
And
fucking
she-
words and the Baptists have it wrong. You can't fucking absolve all your shit by dunking your head in some water. Fuck that shit.
And my grandma,
The Baptists are the most dirty of all the
my
fucking
mom's mom,
We're gonna get a lot
my
of hate
mom's
mail.
mom, she was a fucking
all we kinda
pistol,
want.
man. Like she,
Sex.
No, the beauty of this conversation is that we get all the hate mail from the Baptists, but we get all the praise mail from the Presbyterians.
Send
so
it to
all works out.
johnconna.com.
my
Connor.
Send all the hate mail to John Connor.
My
His name
grandma,
is JOHNCONNR.
Tell me about Ethel.
she Southern Baptist all her life, loved going to church. She was because she was a social butterfly, basically.
How many dudes was she banging?
Tons. 50s. Fuck that shit.
I don't know how many before my grandpa, but probably a lot.
Probably a lot. That's a good answer. Good for her.
And
Just like a Baptist.
It's like a Baptist. Just get a lot.
but no, she was more educated than I mean. She grew up. Okay,
I've
she
gotten
died.
into this a
She
lot.
died at 92
Starting to sound like Paul.
Jesus Christ.
in 2000.
How many years ago?
When did I go to? It was before Mama Doe's funeral. It was like 4 years before Mama Doe's funeral. I drove down to my mom's in Tennessee. She was still living in Tennessee, and then anyway. She was born in the 20s.
Oh my God! Before the Depression.
Yeah, both
My granddad was born.
both
before
my
the
grandmas
Depression.
were Depression grandmas.
He lived through
Not-
the fucking
Depression
depression in a way that
not,
like
not just because one of them
exceeded a
had
lot of
depression.
expectation.
They're Depression grandmas.
No,
But-
that's a beauty because the depression made depression happen.
I know, isn't that like quantum physics, quantum
Yeah.
No,
particles?
but my
When you
my,
look at
my
yourself,
dad's
you can
mother was
become-
clearly more
can be-
affected by the depression because she would not buy garbage bags at all.
What did she use
She
instead?
was like in a traumatized manner looked at me and goes, "Those cost money."
oh
Yeah.
my God.
That's the thing.
I've said that.
You realize that that's like the entirety of my experience with the world before being like 21 is that shit costs money though.
But that's
Being
awesome.
worried.
Like
Look, being
not
worried costs
asking
money.
for driving lessons because that shit costs money.
But in a way, that's
and
amazing.
not asking for cable because that shit costs money, and not asking for video
Man, still
games
cable.
more than
Still
two
video
times a
games.
year.
I can't
like,
believe she even had cable. Like, she just
she had cable.
Yeah,
She's not
Someone
doing
hooked
it
it
right.
up for her. She didn't know. They started charging her. Came right out of her pocketbook.
probably because my granddad wasn't the same way.
Yeah,
you know,
probably
he
middle
just,
class-ish.
He
He's like, I gotta
he went
watch
to-
Home Improvement,
He went to the
y'all.
golf course, drank all
Oh
day.
yeah, if he went to
came
the golf
home.
course, that's immediately at least middle class.
Oh yeah, you can't pay for a golf course if you live in
Yeah,
middle
like
class.
his career was Air
You
Force.
Air
And
Force, yeah,
you gotta
middle.
be ripping your family
He-
off or something.
He was living the life.
Yeah.
Grandma just taking care of him. Was-
Oh, what a puppy boy. Little
That's
faggot.
what I call
Making
my
him-
Who are we
Meals.
calling? Who did I call a faggot just now?
Her granddad.
God, Jesus, I'm so sorry.
My granddad was fucking badass.
He's a fucking. Is he a prisoner of war?
no.
Like John McCain?
Good, as I don't like losers.
No, that was the thing,
no,
dude.
my granddad won
Hell yeah, I like a
at
winner.
a lot of things.
You want just like getting that big dick.
My
promotion.
my granddad
that
also
big
kind of
dick
won.
promotion.
He worked for Ford from like 1939
90.
ish.
Who? Your granddad?
My granddad. He lied to. This is something also that would never happen in our own generation. He lied to GM, Ford actually,
The
and
general manager.
and got into the factory like 2 years early, and he just kept going.
Dude, you gotta lie your way in. Everybody I've talked to from the same era tells me the same thing. Like, you
Lie
just
your
gotta
fucking way
lie.
in.
Because there's no way they can check. They're like, you motherfuckers have internet now. I feel sorry for you guys. Like, I could
feel
just
sorry
say,
for
like,
us for having the internet.
I'm a superhero from Kansas. And they'd be like, hell yeah, I got a job for you.
You can still try it.
You can try it, and then they will go on Google and find out
There's
that you're
no
a fuckhead
Google
that lives
back
in your mother's basement. Like, you're gonna find that shit out.
Yeah, but it's still up to them.
So,
I
look,
suppose.
I told her
Like
about
they
this.
might be like, "Hey, you
But
know,
that's
this,
that's
this
the,
person
that's the
really
difference
wants the
between
job."
our generation truly and the generations that came before us is that instead of these people looking for us, we are looking for them. We
No,
are
but we'll
looking for
create them.
jobs.
We'll create them.
Okay.
We got to create jobs.
Yeah, because
if you want a
people
job, create
aren't
it.
being replaced in the
So
job
I'm
market
sitting,
enough.
Listen, I was sitting
Right.
and taking a shit, and I was like, man, I got to create a job. So I just thought about it, and I created a job for myself, which is sitting there taking a shit. So I took a camera, and I filmed me taking a shit, and charged $1 for, 20 seconds to watch me take a shit.
I bet that
That's
would
what you
actually
do.
make
It's a
you
bubble
money.
within a bubble. I took a shit.
That's the fucked up thing about our society. I think that might actually make you money.
I know. That's why it worked.
And I
I'm
made a
telling you,
bunch of
Lori.
money from it.
I got episode 2 butthole cam coming up. I just basically do a reverse shot
Is that
of
asshole cast presents.
Yeah, it's Assholecast presents
Butthole Cam.
Butthole Cam 10.
10.
There's
Triple X.
9 other. Yeah. No, people, and that's the thing. Like, I could sell my butthole online. I could. But I choose not to because I'm not like that.
Have you checked the market?
No, I know it's good, but I'm not like that.
I know the butthole market's real.
No, it's
on
pretty
the up
cool.
and up.
Like, I mean, dude, I can do things with my hands. I can do all sorts of things.
What
but I'm
kinds
not like
of
that.
things are you talking about doing
I
with
can
your
do all
hands?
sorts. I just not that kind of guy.
Are you talking about inviting like a bunch of guys over? Because this is like news.
$1,000 every
$1,000.
time.
You gotta up that fucking rate.
$50,000 in one night,
No, 4,000.
and all I have to do is move like this, like I'm running and holding a couple cans of tea.
Do we CGI these dicks?
What are you talking about, Dex?
What are
You're talking about doing a bunch
what
of this
are either of you
for
talking
money.
I'm talking about dancing respectfully
Respectfully.
and
Are
getting
you
paid
talking
for it.
about being respectful to the dancers?
Oh yeah, I'm a dancer.
be real
Respect the dancers. Don't bite that guy's stuff. Come on.
No, that shit's unbelievable.
I heard that
man.
you heard that girl last night bite that shit about BBC.
What?
She bit the big B.
Who the fuck are
This
we
bitch.
talking about?
Listen, that bitch that came out.
Oh yeah,
It was
yeah,
talking
yeah.
like
I remember.
she's married to Tim Allen.
She's married to Tim Allen, but she wants the BBC.
Yeah, and she's talking about. She came out right out the gate with that joke. What was it?
Shit, I don't remember.
It's something about some
Are
fucking
you,
shit.
are you talking about the not funny stealing jokes, bitch?
Yeah,
Oh,
this bitch was
sucks.
stealing jokes up her cunt.
see,
Oh
like
my god,
Reconsulating.
it wasn't good. I
No, it was
wasn't that
awful.
impressed.
even if I pursued stand up, which I honestly could see myself doing, I think I have good delivery.
Yeah, you
If
got it.
if I
That was good. You did it. That was the punchline. I
exactly.
think I got a good delivery.
No, I mean, even if I stole one of your jokes, I would admit I'd be like,
I would sell you one of my
Be
jokes
like, I
for a
fucking-
blowjob.
yeah, like I fucking stole this joke from my
Wow,
husband.
fuck.
That's my wife. I
You
can
said-
sell
my wife.
It's the only person I can trade a joke for a blowjob and not get sued.
What?
You gotta
Sued.
marry him. Look, Harvey Weinstein, if you wanna fucking threaten him and stab him, you gotta get married to them.
The only married stand-up comics.
Hey,
Oh god.
hey, lick
You know
my
what's
asshole.
even worse than married comics is fucking twin comics.
Oh yeah, would they have one body and share the same neck,
Mind.
same mouth? Have you
Not
seen these guys?
Siamese
It would
twin
only-
comics.
Dude,
Just
Siamese
comics
twins are
that
twin
are
comics.
also
Well, you don't
twins.
think they could
That
be
would
funny?
only be good if they if their shtick was hating each other completely.
That would be really funny.
I get to use my dick tonight. It's my dick. No, it's my dick.
It's not two heads on all fucking
I'm gonna
twins,
freck
you
her.
weirdo.
Like they would have to coordinate on hating each other, and
Yeah.
then therefore hate each other more because they have to coordinate on that.
Exactly, and that's
and
the question.
Then
because it's
that
like,
would actually be
Here's what
genius.
happened. I would get into if me and him had our own head, but we're attached to the same body and dick. We had shared dick, all in butthole and poop time.
Pooping time.
And look, and we were to Nick
Round the chimney, pooping time.
If we were like sister, Moesha, whatever that fucking show is, and we showed up, we're like, hey,
Moesha, shut up.
Moesha. And then it was like, hi, like, shut up, turtle. And I'd be like, I'm 18 years old. That's it. I'm gonna inject them into I've been planning this. The audience knows it. It's like, oh my god, he's gonna use it, and I just inject your fucking dumbass neck with a drug, and then your head goes limp like that. And I was like, finally, now who wants to have sex with me? I'm gonna use Turtle's dick, and it's my dick, but I made the
What?
joke, and all the girls are like, oh my
Are
god.
we Siamese twins in this? I've
Well,
totally
you're
lost
sleeping.
it.
You're sleeping in this one.
Am I a Siamese twin to you?
I got your best attributes and my best attributes at the
absorbed
same
me
time.
like
Half your
Nosferatu.
good attributes, half my good
I
attributes.
stopped paying attention until you were like, "Who wants to have sex with me?" And then
I know that's usually when you do stop paying attention.
Oh,
Oh!
shit. That was a good joke.
Walked right into it. Good job, babe. That's why I love not having sex with you. Is to make these jokes really rich, really rich. How do we make these jokes real rich? Well, we make it reality. And then we don't.
yeah, except that I said I started paying attention when you said that.
Aw.
Oh,
Well, I wasn't
shit.
paying attention. See, same difference.
Right.
Some hot shit.
There you
See?
go.
That's
how you make a
fucking
marriage work.
Communication.
intensity.
Intensity. Real intensity. Real hot intensity.
Super hot.
Super. Bang, bang, bang. Bing, bang. Don't be a.
Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch. That's it. I'm putting my foot down. Don't be a bitch.
Don't do it.
You overdid it.
You overdid it.
The overdoer.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
could you?
Oh, my God.
Oh,
No,
just
that's something
sitting
that
here
I never
overdoing the
understood
bitch
about
thing.
our like our ancestors. Like,
I don't know them.
how did ladies not just immediately start killing people?
Their period
Men
stopped them.
that
We'll see what slowed them
fuck
down.
them over. And
They were.
whatnot.
They were.
no,
see, that's
like
what
they did,
they
or
get-
they
get-
tried, or they got killed in the process.
I think what Adam was saying was actually
Well,
pretty
here's what
important with
happened.
Their parents, and
Ladies
whatnot.
started getting
Like,
really
just
mad, and they
fucking-
started like, ah! And they started bleeding on the floor, and they're like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" It's like men was like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry," and they're like, "I can't even." And then they're like, "Here, I tried making you a napkin." She's like, "Shut up, that patriarchy! You can't tell me what to put
I
up
don't
my
think this
pussy."
happened in the
And
fucking
then the guy,
hunter
that's when he got the
times
guy,
where
the
you have
manager,
to
he's like,
invent
"Fuck
rags.
you!" He goes, "Fuck you."
No,
Keanu
because
Reeves
men
goes,
always have the weapons.
yeah, well, we have the cure too. We thought about it and we're like, you need to put this in your vagina. This is the perfect shape for what you're feeling right now. Kotex, Tampax,
No,
those are
like,
men, not
no.
ladies.
Yes and no, but really what's interesting about what was just said, talking about this warfare concept, the whole reason tampons exist is because of fucking
Disease.
war.
And disease and famine.
Plugging bullet holes. This is the concept of the tampon.
Well, that's not really.
That's the original
You're getting a
concept.
little
Like it was
crazy.
just like tiny or whatever.
Well, those aren't for vaginas.
No, but they got bigger for
I heard.
vaginas.
Oh my God, guys! I heard the funniest joke
I
today.
mean,
I'm gonna
that
tell
might
it to
be
you.
like nice metaphorically, but it doesn't really make
Alright,
sense.
alright, I'm
far
gonna
as
break
Well, I
this.
mean, like
philosophically.
that's just what happened.
Listen, this joke I heard today. I was
Yes.
listening to Doug Stanhope. I'm listening to this book. I'm burying my mother or whatever it is, and he said his friend tried fucking his girlfriend, and his girlfriend told him, she's like, "I'm sorry, but seriously, like, his dick is so small I didn't realize that I still had a tampon in when he's fucking me."
Oh God, that's a bad feeling. That's got to be a bad feeling.
I never even thought about that. Like,
not as
someone's-
bad as it's gonna feel for that woman.
Yeah, because if it gets jammed in there, that's
No,
fucked.
she didn't even realize she had a tampon in because his dick was so small and wasn't even doing anything. That's
Oh,
like
shit.
a joke. But
It
it's
is a
pretty
joke, but
funny.
like the idea in itself is really fucked up.
No, I mean,
Can you imagine if
I
that
mean,
shit got
packing
jammed
that- packing that
into
in
your
there.
body? Like that'd be fucked.
What if it got
if
into
if that really
your
happened to me, I'd be
intestine.
like, okay, time to stop drinking for real.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
or time to
Woo.
ramp it up?
No,
Might
that
as well. Chip,
I agree with Becca on this one. That's when you quit drinking.
because you guys are pussies.
I was wondering what would be the point
You're
where
right,
I
babe.
would quit drinking.
I wouldn't quit drinking.
I'll fucking go
I
for
wouldn't
it.
quit. I would stop for a little bit and like fucking.
This bitch, she would be like,
Probably. That's the fucked
I
up
would
thing
think
about
about
alcoholism.
okay. How am I gonna prevent this from happening again? You know, it's kind of like the fucking fucking KitchenAid thing.
Well, it really just comes down to like, how am I going to
Do you wanna-
prevent this from
you wanna
happening again
tell-
without
do you wanna
changing
tell-
anything major in my life?
Tell them what happened.
I broke a fucking $500 standing mixer like a couple hours ago.
That's cool.
Isn't it
Uh,
great? It sucks.
White people
well,
problems.
okay.
White people problems.
You know what?
White people problems. What?
No, I feel ultra bad because that's not the only thing.
Ultra bad.
You know that vacuum?
Did you break that too?
Well,
Should I
maybe a
vacuum and
little
go-
bit.
Oh my
Because-
god. Christmas has been ruined. This is the day before St. Patrick's Day is the day Christmas gets ruined. Remember that shit. Put that on your calendars.
Well,
Expiration dates.
okay, because the brush roll won't turn anymore. I
Don't
thought
worry, I got Amazon Prime.
I thought that it just needed to be like, you know, the obstructions all needed to be cleared. So I cleaned off the brush roll by hand. I took the thing apart with the fucking screw. Cleaned off the brush roll by hand because the fucking manual said, you know, if that fucking light flashes and it won't turn, it's probably just an obstruction.
Probably fucked
Clear
it
the
up.
obstruction and.
Probably fucked it up.
But
That's what it
the
says.
motor might be fucked up for the brush
the
roll.
motor! Another motor!
Motors
The
on
engine.
motors.
See,
Oh my god.
appliances.
I hope your car doesn't break next.
Well, like, that's what I kept thinking about. Like,
What's
fucking,
next? Oh, what's
fucking what kind of-
next?
You know, what kind of protective measures could have been around these motors? And I'm like, well,
Nothing.
These motors aren't
Fucking
worth
bullshit.
that much.
No, that's why they pack a piece of shit inside of a fucking Cadillac and be like,
Yeah.
here it is, best thing ever. Oh,
why I
I know
hate
the thing's a
Cadillac.
Well,
beast.
it's not
but-
that the motor's that much of a piece of shit. It's
well,
just
just
that
get
it's
some
not.
GM parts,
the
bro.
construction
It's
is
just
garbage.
that when it's just a few, when it's just like
It's
Let's-
not
like- when it's
No,
just like
let's-
$500
Let's talk about
like-
Cadillacs for a second.
like the motor
Because
isn't
I have
that
something
well
to say.
protected.
Because I have something to say about Cadillacs. Cadillacs are a great analogy as to why the American economy doesn't work the way that it should. Because you're supposed to aspire to a fucking Cadillac, right? It's supposed to be real
Cadillac
nice.
Man. I am Cadillac Man.
It's supposed to be real
I
nice, right?
enjoy working for my Cadillac, which brings me to my job, the Cadillac warehouse factory
The
and
reality
emporium and
is
dildos
that
and sex
a
slaves
Cadillac-
and midgets.
The reality is that a Cadillac is the hardest vehicle to work on. It is underpowered.
It's a
It is
caca-
fucking
You know what,
overcomplicated.
dude?
It is just fucking
Jaguar.
fancy couches inside of a shitty vehicle.
It is. A
Like
Jaguar,
that's a Cadillac.
Dude, Jaguar is Cadillac. You know
No
that, right?
way.
Yeah, bro.
Jaguar is Cadillac?
Yes, it is now because
No, 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 not
Jaguar
now.
Chrysler or whatever?
no no
Cadillac is a smaller Jaguar.
Wait.
Jaguar owns Ford and Cadillac.
No, they don't.
no
The Ford's own Ford. The
Ja-
Ford's own Ford and the football
Jaguar
Lions.
merged with Ford like a long time ago.
Then the Fords control
So
Jaguar.
these luxury cars are the regular kind of dealers. They just have a deal with this other entity, and they
Yeah.
call themselves. It's funneling
like
of money.
Fiat
And so
Chrysler.
like basically, what I would do is like I'm coming out with Adam Sultan's apple cider,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna make my premium juice, and then I'm gonna call it. Really Bad Max's apple cider. is
Really
the
Bad Max.
Like the stuff, the other stuff, and so I still get all the money. See how that works?
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude. I understand the concept. It's fucking Fiat Chrysler. It's in the goddamn name.
No,
Like,
but so
Fiat
what's happened
owns
lately
Chrysler.
is that
Chrysler
Chrysler
sells a
got
lot of
bought by
cars.
Fiat in our modern history because America's losing, folks. That's why, because America's losing
All right,
our
so
company.
That
the
was
point of
kinda
this
always
conversation is we all understand
case.
capitalism.
It's the
is why it
tariff.
sucks.
It used to be Daimler Chrysler. Chrysler
Daimler,
can't
I know.
exist without foreign
My
investment.
dad was the D in Daimler.
Daimler
For
Chrysler.
Chrysler, Dad.
That used to be a German company. Now it's an Italian company. Nothing's fucking changed.
Yeah,
so,
look at
like,
Budweiser.
what's the fucking problem?
Budweiser's.
Anheuser-Busch
They're
has
drinking and
been
driving in
since, like,
Italy over
a
there.
long time.
They bought some drinks and they bought some
They're-
cars from us.
They're drinking and driving fucking mopeds.
Aren't they doing that?
Yeah,
Who's-
the
hey,
fucking
wait,
French die
the
in
Italians and the
incredible amounts compared to us due to alcohol-related deaths.
Really?
They drink a lot.
You know what
dude.
pisses me off about Italians is that they would fuck you over, and when they fuck you over, they go, and they could say, "That's just me. I'm Italian."
I really,
Yeah, no.
Fuck
I really
you!
didn't know that like alcohol related vehicle deaths were that much more of a problem there.
Yeah, it's like a massive fucking problem.
There's a bunch of spaghetti on the ground.
It's all the spaghetti on the
What
ground.
about it?
They're like, oh, this is not perfect spaghetti. It's not al dente
it's-
enough, and they throw it in the
Oh,
street.
it doesn't
did
stick
they
to the
just-
street. It's al dente. Let's get it.
Do
Throw a
they
bridge
just
on
not have like strict enough fucking laws?
Dude,
Against it?
they restricted a lot of the advertisements for alcohol, like
Well,
intensely to
that's
an
not
extreme
enough,
degree. No, like
obviously.
you literally cannot have a beer commercial. You realize how many beer commercials you would consume?
Who cares?
Dude, I'd have to
that
download
is
my
not
beer
going
commercials
to
from the
curb
internet.
anybody
No, it's the culture
from
itself.
consuming
But at the same time,
alcohol.
But at the same time, it's not the only measure. I can't speak to all the measures they
No,
take
there have
do
to be
that, but
severe penalties for
Severe penalties.
what if there
for
were
driving
incentives
drunk.
instead of riding in cabs, like a tax break or a credit for cabs?
Dude,
and
when you're
whatnot?
drunk though, you don't have that kind of judgment.
Maybe not, but at the same time, if you had driven a cab beforehand,
You
would
drove
drive
a cab?
home.
You drove a cab? Like,
No,
did you get a
would
job
have fucking
as a
driven
cab?
in a cab, or you would.
Oh, you would got
If you
a
got
ride.
Jesus Christ!
Oh.
All I'm saying is, if you got dropped off by a cab, you're gonna want to pick up a cab. So you fucking make it an incentive that you can get a cab less than. Okay, you can get a cab per month. The amount of times you need less than
I'll
the
give you an audiobook.
necessity to own a car.
Mm.
If you can do that, then you can just ride cabs 100% of the time.
I would just fly around.
Yeah, but nobody wants to do that.
Not necessarily, but it's Europe. They think differently than us. Their fucking organization is
Obviously
different than us.
not, because they have a
It's-
huge
it's
problem.
Like, you go to the cosmopolitan kind of big metropolis type places, yeah, it's going to be similar to us that we need this shit. But for the vast majority of French people, like, they don't necessarily have to own a car in order to handle themselves inside of their village. Like, you can't walk around a village like fucking Linden or Fenton in any meaningful way, because the entire organization, the transportation of this fucking system is based on something completely different. For us, it's the car. You can't not have a car in this fucking society that we live in right now.
Yes, identity
You
politics.
can, but it sucks.
You theoretically can. But if you want to actually maximize your ability, you have to have a car to get around.
Yeah,
Like,
so you have to have a job, you have to pay your taxes, you got to pay your car note, you got to get gas, you got to park it somewhere, you got to
Exactly.
be a person, you got to really do stuff
You
in
gotta
your
have a title,
community,
you
you
gotta
got
have
to
this, you
drive
gotta have
around to
that.
your job, you got to drive around and buy stuff, you got to drive around and buy some more gas, you got to drive around and pollute your ass, you got to drive from your mailbox, from your, you got to drive.
welcome to Michigan.
What do you drive? A Cadillac? Oh, Cadillac, man. Can I
Oh,
get
those
your
are fucking
autograph?
awesome.
I'm gonna go around. That's what I should do. I go to a gas station and wait there, and I see someone pull up with a Cadillac and just walk to them and be like, "Dude, can I have your autograph?" Like, Cadillac, man. Like, dude, please.
So
No,
that's-
My son loves Cadillac, man.
So that's why you want to go back to the city, because you don't want to like
Go back.
be a
back,
part of
back,
this fucking
back to the city.
like gotta have a car
Go
society.
Back,
Well,
back,
the
back,
city
back,
also
back to the
requires that
city.
you have some kind of transportation
Going back.
readily available if you want to be a productive member of society.
Of
Like,
course. Yeah, you just
That's what I'm
use the
saying.
public
Michigan is
transportation.
entirely
Dude,
built
screw
around the
those
idea
lazy
that everybody
people.
has a car, because everybody used to work
Dude.
for the car companies and they would give you a fucking car.
horse
it's not
or
just
a
that.
mule or a bottle
Not
of
everybody in
water.
Ann Arbor has a car.
Yeah, but that's totally different because it's a college town 40
Right.
years after what we're talking about. The core infrastructure was built in the 50s and 60s, right? So in that moment, in the conceptual understanding that they had about civil engineering, they assumed cars for so many people. That's why the public infrastructure is built the way it is because it was informed by the fucking environment that it existed in when it was built. The 50s and the 60s, everybody in fucking Detroit and everybody in Michigan was working for these fucking factories,
Hey,
dude.
we're booming, baby.
Everybody had
Getting it.
access
Still
to
working.
these fucking cars.
Oh, let's have another kid,
So
baby.
why not
I
assume
can put it,
when you're
I
building
can
these
afford another
highways,
kid.
when you're building these neighborhoods, that everybody has a car?
See,
And
that's what
why do you
happens
think that 50 years
When
down the
society
fucking line?
thrives, men want to fucking fuck and get babies and women.
Ridiculous.
Oh, I got the gold.
No.
Yes.
50 years down the line, you realize why people get
Stop
stuck?
doing that.
You realize why people get stuck? Is because the entire fucking state is designed to have the assumption you have a car. If you can't get the place, you're stuck in Flint.
Whenever when I'm driving around and I see someone walking on foot, I'm like, fucking die. Like, just because they're walking, they're putting me in danger. I'm like, I'm trying to drive on the road, and these fucking people come
You
around,
can get around by foot.
and then this fucking guy was all like, he's all cracked out. Like, I don't care.
You realize
And
the
like,
reason they're
like,
cracked
shit,
out when they're
either
walking
I hit
across the
this guy
street.
or die. Fuck him. And I was like, I'll be like, I'll try my best to try to communicate to the guy after I, like, get out the road! I tell him, I saw this guy on Tory Road. He straight up looked like House of the Dead 3 zombie guy. He was like,
Oh, Jesus
walking
Christ.
around, and I see him every
Was
day.
he bleeding?
Also, there's this guy I've been telling you about in Linden. He's my favorite guy, and I want to talk to him. He's probably a sweetheart, just a lovable guy. This guy stands on the side of the road. He's usually shoveling or doing something, but every car that comes by, he goes, and he's so happy.
Fucking
And then
waves.
sometimes I creep up
Yeah,
on
I
him.
know the guy in Linden.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah, I know him.
I'm coming from.
He's always got a broom or a shovel in his
He's
hand.
always doing something. He's
Yeah,
always
he's the
coming
best.
brooming or shoveling, and
He's
then
so happy to,
so
like,
I
be
know
a
I'll
productive
see
member
him.
of
I'll be
society.
coming back into Linden, and I'll see him, and I'll go beep beep. I'll honk, and he'll turn, and I'll go, and he'll go. I love it. I get him. And I'm like,
He never
oh,
misses
God.
a wave.
Never misses a wave. He is like, dude, that guy is the anomaly. That
I
guy
could
is
not
He
be
the-
got
that
all
guy.
the
That's
good shit from
exhausting.
the previous generations. That neighborly shit. That
he's
fucking
retarded,
Yeah,
dude.
he
but
is
He's a
retarded.
beautiful retard.
And yes, most retards are beautiful
No, all of them.
in a certain
Don't
way.
do that.
Dude, I'm not saying that they're physically fucking attractive. You fuck.
I wasn't saying I was in love.
Well,
Down syndrome's
saying
kids,
retards are beautiful
They're
is
the
an
happiest
opinion.
motherfuckers on the fucking
So
planet.
if
That's
you
a
say,
blanket
if you
statement.
say,
Amazing.
I think
They're amazing
that all
people.
retarded people are beautiful, then that's fact. You think that. I'm
not
if,
saying
if
all.
if you say that all retarded people are beautiful, that's an opinion.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that a lot of retarded people produce beauty in this world, man.
That
Who are you calling a retard,
you-
bro?
Hey, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. You brought up this retard
No,
talk.
you finished
it's
it.
a fact that you find
uh.
retarded people to produce
dude.
beauty. But
Go ahead.
it is your opinion that they are beautiful.
I would disagree with that because there's an objective fucking point behind it. Like, they perceive the world purely positively a lot of the time. Like, there's a fucking trope about this.
Okay, but
and
that is
basis in
objectively an
reality.
opinion.
Bro,
Whether-
having tropes
I
is
didn't
pretty
even
campy.
I didn't even
okay?
say whether I agree with your opinion or not. I
Regardless.
just said that you saying retarded people are beautiful, that's stating an opinion.
I'm saying
you
that
say-
a lot of retarded people have a different perspective that brings a beauty into the world.
Well, why do you limit it to retards? How about everybody has that?
I'm not saying
Are you
everybody doesn't.
retardist?
Yeah, you stated.
I'm not saying everybody
You
does.
you stated.
You're fucking
you
equating
saying
what I'm saying.
Everybody who's
to
not
everybody
a retard
that's not
is
a fucking-
retarded.
No, you're saying that everybody that's not retarded does not bring beauty into the fucking world, and that's bullshit, and that's a stupid fucking argument.
that what
It's-
he's
what I'm
saying?
saying is
Pretty
that
fucked up you
retarded
say it.
people.
You call me retarded, bro?
Yep.
That's fucking retarded.
Is a retard.
You think calling me
I'm
a
offended
retard
by that.
makes me a retard? Maybe only retards call each other retards, some special retard language that I'm not accustomed to.
Actually, they
Okay,
don't.
in all
Technically,
seriousness.
it's saying
Technically-
retarded. We're talking about no one because
I know.
retarded isn't a term anymore.
No, it's not.
just
No.
a
Because
fucking slang
I'm
term
talking about
for
people
talking
that
about
are
your
like
friend
Dude, that's
and
how you
mentally
make
challenged
jokes.
to the point of not understanding the world in the way that we do, but deriving pure happiness from whatever they fucking get. Born without half a fucking
Right.
brain and just
Dude, I only have
being
that,
able to
bro.
play piano like a motherfucker.
Right.
Like that's really interesting.
Right. I'm not.
Yeah,
even,
but they poop on their leg.
I'm not even talking about any of that.
Always the case.
All I was doing was like bringing it like full circle as to where like you saying that that, like there's beauty in that, you saying that you are stating an opinion. You saying I think that that's beautiful is stating a fact.
Well, that's just a fucking semantic
Oh,
argument.
I
is it
see
not?
what you're doing there.
It
I
is
get
semantics.
so frustrated with this nonsense because it doesn't denigrate my fucking point at all. It's
No, it
just
doesn't.
arguing
No.
about my goddamn grammar. Like I've been drinking. I
Hey,
don't give a
Kelsey
fuck.
Grammer was in your
I
pocket.
don't think you have poor grammar.
No, and that's not the case. It's just a question of like picking out the exact moment when something was said
Oh, check it out,
and
check it out,
holding
check
that
it out,
up as a
check it out,
fucking
yo.
point. Like that
Got
doesn't
Kelsey
make any
Grammer
goddamn
coming out
sense
with
at
the
all.
MC Hammer. Turtle got the shit.
People have to deal with like a larger fucking scope, man. Like people in general have to fucking deal with a larger scope to the problems that come up in your
But
fucking conversation.
there is still value to semantics, and that's why
To
it
a
takes
certain degree.
that's why it takes every kind of people.
Yeah, but
'Cause
that's the thing. Like
Because I do sometimes get hung up on semantics. It's not like hung up as in I don't know what's going on,
I was hungry.
but I'm just like, hey man, you didn't present that as an opinion. You presented that as a fact that you think this. It's a I
that's one thing, but I feel like that
I agree that
sometimes
you think that.
counteracts the validity
now.
of an argument against what you're trying to argue. Because if you make a statement like that, you're not necessarily in agreement with the person making the point, right? If you're making a semantic argument against somebody, you generally are not agreeing with the person in general, right?
it has nothing to do with whether you agree with.
What about just standard historical context? Everything that you've known, does a person that agrees with you fight you on semantics?
They should.
But they don't.
Well, I agree with you, but I'm finding you on semantics.
That's what I'm saying. It just fucking
Leave it to a woman.
It's a fucking never-ending
Or a
cycle.
beaver.
It's a fucking never-ending
Leave
cycle.
it to Beaver.
And there's an end to there's a bottom layer, which is just like we fucking agree.
Like,
So let's not let
it's both
this
serious
bullshit
and
fucking
funny to me.
jump in there. Like,
No, it's both
stupid.
serious and funny to me at the same time because like I think it's important to distinguish. So that's why I bring it up.
Yeah.
But I also think it's funny to be that petty, so
It just feels like pettiness at a certain point.
but it doesn't
That's
feel,
why I
it
broke up
doesn't-
with my girlfriend.
It's a fact that it doesn't feel petty to me.
It never feels petty to
It's
the
an
person that's
opinion.
fucking
It's
making
my
the argument.
opinion that it's not petty.
Guys, stop being so petty. Tom Petty.
No.
Snow. Snow
Rest
go.
in peace. Rest in peace, Tom Petty.
Rest in peace. Hello. Rest in peace. Meet the real.
peace. It's my peace now.
Hello, Reese's. Meet my pieces.
I'm fucking Tom Petty. I'm so petty.
Damn.
No, for real though. I guess he had a band under his wing in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I forget though.
I was about to ask you a really cool question, and I forgot what it was.
It's okay. It'll come back.
Maybe.
He broke some
It
hearts
was,
there.
It was, what were we talking about?
What we were
Very
talking about
first, it was like
was,
somebody's, oh yeah, because
semantic
Joe
arguments.
Rogan was like, how could you turn oxygen into carbon?
respiration.
Right?
Oh, dude, respiration's super cool.
So like, you go,
Just
you see
created.
that?
No,
It all went
just
flying.
sprayed.
Yeah.
No, it's understandable. If it's in my beer, I'm okay with
It's
that.
fine. It's okay.
It's carbon.
All right, so we're talking about like, you go, and like, okay, breathing oxygen and carbon dioxide comes out. Like, not so fast.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. It's not. It's never 1-to-1. That's such a childish
Say,
way
like,
to look at it.
Well, a child's way to look at
non-scientific.
it would be taking a school bus into Flavortown
Okay.
or blood domain.
Blood domain.
Blood town.
No, this was the argument that I was bringing up. What the circulation system, the respiratory system, really comes down to is blood operates as passengers on like a train system.
Right.
When carbon dioxide is brought to the respiratory system, it passes through membranes. It goes through the gates. It lands on platform X, Y, and Z, like as a train station. Oxygen comes in and it jumps on the trains as carbon dioxide jumps off. And all these membranes just like exchange that into gases that gets breathed out. That's
It's an
that's
exchange
fucking
rate.
why.
It's
It's
like-
just an exchange rate.
It's like Bitcoin. It's like they're
what,
mining.
8,000 to
and they-
1 and then 20
what's
to
it?
1 and
The
then,
lungs are Bitcoin miners.
yeah. No,
Sorry,
really
what?
what happens is like you just exchange as much as the conditions allow and then you try it again. Like
But
that's
then-
fucking
I
respiration.
know it comes in and out, but who gets the benefit? Is it these blood cells?
The blood cells live within you. If they were not doing their job, you would not survive and they would also not survive.
But
That's all
they
part of
make
the
it
self.
survive. It's like breathing though. It's
That's
like
all part of the
automatic.
self. This is that conversation we were having about cancer earlier. The cancer sees itself as something other than you. You is the thing that you
Well,
want
it's based
to.
off you. Like when you
Sure.
see a shitty movie,
It
it's like
shares
based
your
off a true
fucking
story.
DNA.
Like, oh, that didn't happen.
It shares your DNA, but it thinks it's a body inside of your body. That's the fucking
It's a
problem.
room. They're trying to build a studio inside of your body.
Exactly.
They're trying to do a biopic
And they
on
succeed. And they succeed with alarming frequency. They just build like a fucking thing that just grows inside of you
Yeah,
and steals
dick.
your resources and spreads
Yeah,
to your
cancer
entire
grew me
fucking
a new
body.
dick. Ah, I got that
shit,
new
that
dick
thing's real.
cancer.
What?
What if I'm sorry about this, but I gotta think about this because, you know what? Let me first make this point. You know, these people watch movies, and the movies are disgusting, and they're fucked, and they're psychologically, morally corrupt, and fucking shitty, and fucking fucked. And then that's fine. Okay, give them an award, and someone says shit, tit, fuck on a fucking song, and it's like, kill them. Fuck them.
That's the thing.
Anyways, here's the thing. If I had a cancer and it grew me a new dick, fucking embrace that shit.
The problem with cancer is that it doesn't have form. It's just
What
like
if it
one
was a
type
dick?
of cell.
What if I got a
It's
side
not a
dick?
dick cell.
I fucking dressed it up.
It's
took
not
it
a
out.
dick cell. It's not. There's skin on your dick, and there's fucking
I got,
spongy shit
I got
in your
so
dick,
much dick skin
and you have testicle stuff in your dick,
made
and
of dick
like
skin.
urethra
I'm
stuff
literally
in your
made
dick.
of dick skin.
It's just 100 different types of tissues, dude.
Totally, man. You need those tissues when you got so much
Why do you
dick
think
skin.
testicular cancer is so fucking common?
Because it's awesome to have so many dicks.
You don't get another dick from it, you fuck, or another testicle.
Wait, why is
Why
testicular
not?
cancer so common?
Why is that?
Basically because it just fucking happens. Like, this is a good example of fucking why these tissues don't turn
Turtle-
into other fucking things.
I don't
do
think you were
dick
prepared to
cartwheels.
answer that question.
What I'm saying is that it's a different part that comprises what we would call the fucking dick, right?
Nah,
There's
my
urethral
dick.
tissue. There's testicular tissue. There's
Ew.
fucking scrotal tissue.
Gross.
This is what I'm saying.
Ew.
You can get urethra cancer and not get testicular
I'm
cancer.
reporting you.
But you're probably
your
gonna get
career's
prostate
over.
cancer.
Okay, guy, you
Wait.
talk gross to me,
But
you're
you're
done.
probably gonna get prostate
You talk
cancer.
gross, you're done. You're done. You talk
Prostate
gross.
cancer is
yeah,
really,
sorry,
really
you talk
common.
gross, you're done.
Isn't the
It's really
urethra
common.
like a vacant
Yeah.
cavity, not an actual body part?
No, it's the dick hole.
It's a tissue.
Your
It
dick
is a
dick.
muscular tissue that is separate from the things that include it. It is the tube in which fucking urine comes out of. And with
yeah.
a male, that shit is rifled.
Dude,
It is-
stop talking
it's
about that. I
fucking
gotta go
Rifled
pee,
with
man.
what?
folds in your flesh.
Terry folds.
Terry folds. Foldy
Oh,
flaps.
so like you could get cancer on the urethral wall.
Hell
Theoretically.
yeah.
I'm
That's
just saying,
what I
it's
like.
another tissue that is subject to the same conditions as many
Right.
other tissues, which is to mutate and grow out of control.
I've never heard of men or women getting urethral cancer.
I will say that it is probably not the most likely thing.
You don't know everybody.
Prostate
True.
cancer, testicular cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer. Those are the four.
It's
Penis
obvious
Penis
why
cancer.
colon cancer is so prevalent in the U.S.
Because
Yeah,
of
because we can't
donuts.
shit properly.
Yeah, we gotta jump around.
Because we just eat a bunch of processed flour.
I don't do that. Try not,
Not
to.
anymore.
Maybe it's a
No,
sign
what we should
that
all
my
get is a
mixer
fucking
broke.
stool.
Shouldn't bake.
We should get a stool,
I got a stool.
all of us, so that we can make stool properly. Have you
That's
heard of this
gross.
thing
I don't
called
want
the
to focus on our poop that much.
No, like there's this thing called the squatty potty.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
in love with that thing.
It's
You
good.
guys should get one.
What? I want to get one.
Yes, I do want to get one.
But you guys, boy, you don't have to buy that. Just lift your feet up.
You realize how many
No, it
hemorrhoids
doesn't-
I've had in my
it
fucking
doesn't work
life?
that well.
How many times that I wish that could have never happened? It
Well,
fucking sucks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
you
switch
can't
now.
just.
Why not?
I've been with the same provider for like 30 years, and I got a great deal with them. I got
No,
a good,
it's not
good
even
discount.
getting a new provider. What you're
AARP.
doing is you're getting a bonus. It's like Aflac.
Dude, I get a
Lifting-
bonus.
Lifting your feet up while sitting is not the same as squatting at all. Squatting is so ideal
Think
for
it's the same
shitting that
Yeah.
it's
It's the way our
insane.
human bodies are
Yeah.
supposed to work.
Who said that? They're supposed
Everybody
to work
knows
like
it
that.
What do you
because,
mean? Who
like, the-
said that?
Why aren't we hanging out
Because
in the
we
trees?
exist in a
How do you
newly
think people
formed
What do you
modern
think?
society.
You think we should be walking around on all fours, going who?
The real question is, do you think that evolutionary progress
don't
to the
care
terms
about
of fucking
that.
gastroenterological shit
Okay,
could
then
happen
just-
over fucking 20,000 years while we had sewage?
Then walk on all fours from now on.
No, you walk on 2 feet and you shit squatting
I
down.
walk
Like
on
that's the
two.
fucking way it works.
Yeah.
And then why don't you do it? Why isn't that? Come on, not
Culture.
everybody's wrong. Not everybody's
Culture's
wrong.
literally the only
This
reason.
is now the one
The
time.
reason I don't
you
do
wanna
it is
point
because
out,
I'll be arrested for shitting outside.
the one
Exactly.
time you want to point out
society itself.
how society.
I can't just go and shit in my tomato garden.
Why
like,
not?
Like
That's
I
how you
should.
get the good
Because
beef
it's indecent
steaks.
exposure under the culture's fucking norms.
You guys are so worried.
Yeah, the police
No.
would come here.
Oh man, you want to say worried, and I want to get into a concept that I don't want to get into right
You're
now.
No,
you're
don't do it.
confusing
I don't want to
worried.
do it.
Don't
I
do
don't
it.
want to do it
Don't
at
do
all.
it.
I'm not.
Don't
interested.
transition into another thing.
No,
Don't transition.
we're not transitioning right now.
You are confusing worry with understanding consequence. Babe.
Babe.
Maybe I'm just letting you guys know you guys are right.
There you go.
Oh, so you're playing dumb.
No, I'm playing
cute, though.
dumb Evil's
Yeah, it's so adorable.
Devil's advocate, guys.
Devil's advocate.
Shut
I
up.
play that too much. I honestly do. No, that's
Because
a
I believe
fucking
in the
problem.
point.
Like, speaking personally, I find that end up in situations where I'm arguing something I don't actually believe in just for the semantic or the fucking
Well, it helps. It's
political,
information.
philosophical kind of argument. But that doesn't always benefit, which really sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gamble, which
Yeah.
which is what makes it fun.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
reason
but
that I get
when you're
into
talking
it.
to people that you know you're not gonna destroy their brain minds, is like, it's like why you like you say you roast the ones you love. You know, it's like because you know they can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, like if I'm fucking with you guys, trying to get information on a perspective, I might fuck with you guys. I might do something weird, little devil's advocate soup. I don't fucking know what it is.
That's the thing, man.
I just think that sometimes being objective to something and being a dick about it or weird or like mysterious about it is fun.
It is fun, and that's I think the mindset of trolls on the internet. Like
Thanks.
it is
I'm a
fun.
troll.
It is fun to do that, whether it's right or not.
Right or wrong is that everybody's placebo holder.
Well, I mean, you can rest on everything is relative, but I do honestly believe there are objective moral codes that exist, like mathematical equations.
Dude, codes
like,
are there to break.
okay.
That's why you call them code
That's
breakers.
also a fucking
Or law
cop-out.
breakers. Or fucking, you know,
That's a cop out because
A wall? What do you build a wall
what
for?
I'm saying is, like, if a
because
law-
someone's about to smash it,
if
right?
a law
Let's
is worth
see.
breaking, if a law is
It
worth
is worth
breaking,
fucking breaking.
no, I'm saying just calm
Like
down for a second.
stealing or like something stupid. or like
Let's
say-
calm down for a second. If a law is worth breaking, then it isn't necessarily morally right, right?
That's too broad. I don't
I'm
like
just
that
saying, like, if you can break a law without being
one.
morally
we say,
wrong,
look,
then
I'm
that
saying there
law
are restrictions
is not
and
morally
guidelines.
right.
Look, laws are one thing, restrictions, guidelines are another thing. Like, yeah, let's not kill each other. But like, it's like you can say what you do, like what you smoke and what you do.
I'm
like,
just saying, there's
that's-
natural fucking laws. It's just like physics, dude.
What's a
like
natural law?
Well, like-
there's things that you can't do to another conscious being and objectively be okay.
Yeah, like-
you
like-
can't
like
torture a
not-
dog. You can't fucking.
Like Nazis were obeying the law.
They were obeying
Their
the
law.
law, but that was
And-
against the
and
laws.
they're
of
on the
fucking
wrong side of history
social
now.
Responsibility.
that.
It's not about the rule
Well,
of law.
they're mostly
I'm
dead,
talking
but-
about objective,
Yeah, the people
universal
who-
moral laws that they broke because of their mortal laws. I'm not talking about some kind of external judgment system that gets placed on us. I'm
You're
talking about things morality being
Whose
objectifiable and fucking
Not everybody.
calculated.
Whose
I'm saying that
calculations?
there are ways to determine universally moral actions.
There are
and really
very
what that
fine
comes
lines
down
with
to
a
is
lot of
defining
people, though.
universally immoral actions.
But who's,
You cannot kill. You
No,
cannot
there's
commit
simple ones.
genocide.
There's
You
simple ones.
cannot do that.
Those are simple ones.
Okay.
Absolutely, but that's just the fucking
Well,
And
some
and then
people.
lowest
that's
layer of that. There's
Some people
100
draw the
million different
conclusion
things that you can
that fucking
objectively
abortion
say do
is
not.
genocide. So you have fine lines with people.
Because
Yeah, but
some
it all
people
comes down to the
believe,
individual.
you know,
like,
the mold thing that
Well,
we're
yeah,
talking
individual genius is important.
No, God, no. What I'm saying is that it comes down to any action against an individual that does not. God, you guys, you just and you fucking like shred my fucking brain.
I don't
Do
even
it.
know what I did to do that. I just
You guys just
You-
talking
you
between
brought
each
up-
other. But regardless of the fucking fact, what I'm trying to say is that there is a fucking objective baseline. There is something out there that defines morality in objective sense. It's not just I believe these things because of what I was told, because that's just a chicken and the egg fucking argument. We're talking about things that
No.
actually exist that form the core, the fucking groundwork of our moral systems. There's things that we can agree on.
there are things that most of us will agree on.
We're not talking about John Wayne Gacy. I'm talking about John from down the street. Your average person. Because that's the only fucking thing that anybody can talk about in a scenario like this. You're not talking about the outliers. You're talking about the society as a whole, the normal society, the non-abnormal society.
But sometimes what we perceive as normal, we're a little bit shocked. Aren't we?
Absolutely, but at the same time, I would take normal as a very, very, very wide berth, as opposed to the extremes that are offered from one side or the other.
I don't understand the word normal.
That's what I'm saying. Normal is most. Normal
Sure.
comprises almost everybody that you've ever met.
But the thing that I always talk about is that I'm trying to understand what normal is, and I think it's funny when I try to describe it.
Nobody seems normal
is
to
like
me.
99.8% of people.
Yeah, they're all normal.
They all act weird.
And they're super funny to
doesn't-
make fun of.
No,
That doesn't make
that's what I'm
sense to me.
saying. What I'm trying to explain is the idea that, like, there's not all that much variation. We act like there is because we want to believe that, but there isn't all that much variation.
No, we
There's
act
an
like there is because
extreme
we've been
amount of people
surprised.
in the middle. In the extreme middle, there is the most
I don't even
people.
know what middle is.
Whatever, dude.
Sorry.
All I'm saying is that, like, your psychos, your fucking geniuses, they come at a similar rate and they operate on the outside of this bell curve that most people fit into. That bell curve is normal to a certain degree. Nothing is fucking black and white. Okay? People who exist outside of the bell curve of any kind are abnormal. That's it.
I think our society is crumbling.
I
think-
can agree to that.
You know what I don't agree with?
And not because of normality or anything like that.
Here's
Well,
just
no, not because
fucking
of. I
crumbling.
mean, that just exists no matter what. I'm just saying, fucking, like,
Morality is completely
psychopathic,
destroyed.
behavior is
Lauded.
it's taking over instead of like the behavior of like a fucking genius, like being productive. Like there's no productivity anymore. It's
Well,
just,
that's
it's,
the thing.
It's just fucking
interesting
either
you bring up
fucking
productivity.
for the sake of your fucking selfish self, or you try to be productive, but you just it's just fucking dystopia.
I mean, productivity doesn't have to necessarily descend into a dystopia, but I do feel like that is in our future if we're not careful.
we. So all I can do is be careful there. Gotta be really worried about what I'm doing, because my freedoms have been taken from me. I tried to shoot the freedom fuckers, but I fucking missed. Now I got my bow.
No,
I think
that's not what's going on at all. What I would say is that, like, the ability of people to fully gain what they want, that's freedom.
What is that?
What it really comes down to is
A mule and an
not
acre?
being subject to other people's intentions.
What are we
It's
talking
kind
about?
of a
Society
libertarian
or individual?
idea. Individuals.
Okay,
so the
individuals.
Average individual does not want other people, aside from himself, deciding what he is going to do, correct?
Eh,
You're fucking stupid. Get out of here with that shit.
I just want to say, eh.
I know you did. You didn't have a
You know what,
coherent
though?
argument against it.
You know what though? Actually, I have been surprised at how many people that I've known that I thought were intelligent people just want to be told what to do all the time.
Yep.
They love it.
I would be remiss if I told you that I never want to be told what to do.
Well, yeah.
because I'm a human being. And
See, you did a blanket thing. I
No.
want to be told what to do, but
Well,
I don't
I
want to be
mean-
told what to
Yeah,
do.
sometimes you.
at times
No,
I
sometimes
would
you
prefer
seek
it.
guidance.
Can I say it again? Look, sometimes I want to be told what to do, and sometimes I don't want to be told what to do.
Yeah,
It's a difference.
that's the balance of every human being.
Sometimes I want to be guided. Like if I was
I would love to be
encountering
enlightened.
if I was encountering a situation that
That-
I have not encountered before, and I know that there is I have a resource, someone who has that I know knows better for that particular type of situation. Of course,
Yes.
I will seek guidance from that person.
Exactly.
For sure. That's how you attach yourself to people you think that are smart,
And
so
that's
you can get
human
information.
society.
It's an information highway, the super highway. Like
That's
we all
human
like.
society. It's a
That's-
super
we're
fucking
mycelium, the
efficient
mushrooms, the connections,
information highway.
Right? That's what we were talking about, the mycelium, right? And there's
Yeah.
like how what I say is that
But am I going to allow that person to take over my life?
is
Hell no.
that
No.
how somehow mycelium or mushrooms can interact with each other without being connected, and I thought that was kind of like
It's a hive
protons,
mind.
like protons, and like how they interact with each other. That they
Yeah.
understand their field. There's like a field.
That they all behave the same way. It's math.
Yeah, but there's a positive and negative, and then there's
Yeah, it's math.
the other stuff we're talking about. Right?
Yeah, a lot of the other stuff. We were talking about that for a while. No, like, I understand what you're talking about. I see it as a relay. I see it as like,
It
like
all works the same way.
electrical
It all works the same way. It's all the same fucking
connectivity
shit.
bouncing off of itself
It's all
into
the same
oblivion.
shit, baby. It's all the
Yeah.
same shit.
it comes up, it comes down.
Same shape, same diameter, same math problem. Same old guy, same guy in the wheelchair, same black guy doing the same
Well,
old buddy.
it's the same ratio. It's the same fucking ratio.
Same thing.
It's like,
So what? I don't want to be a dick or boast, but I left about $30 in tips yesterday.
yeah.
I got a tip for $30 right off the bat today.
I got a tip for $24 not long after I got there.
And then
That's that karma, dude. That's
and
that
then
real bet.
Since I like bought some stuff was bought for me today.
Like what?
Barbecue,
Oh yeah.
mashed potatoes.
I
bunch of
should have
fucking
stolen
cornbread.
so
Dude,
much
I
of that.
ate as much as I possibly could today.
Dude, it's good.
I haven't even pooped yet.
Oh,
It's
dude,
gonna be
that's
a
gonna
rough
be a
one.
good.
I don't know where it's gonna go, but I'm
The
gonna try
bed.
to not clogging it up.
the bed.
See, I wonder if Joey Diaz.
That'd be Christmas present number 3. God
Does-
Bobby, Christmas number 3.
does Joey Coco Diaz have a monopoly on talking like this? It's like, can you talk like this or can I not talk like this?
Oh yeah, dude.
Dog,
you
hey,
can talk like however you
Hey.
want. That guy,
Hey.
that guy at
let me
the,
tell you something. Hey, let me tell you something, Taylor McDonald. If that's your
Why'd
name.
you say my
If
name?
you go down to Costa Rica and the nips in the morning, they'll ask you, hey, you come out here for the cocaine? Come on here. I say, I
can
tell
you-
'em,
can
I
you
tell them,
honestly-
you motherfuckers, I told my mom, you could do anything. And I say, I can't believe this Joe Rogan. I can't believe I'm here. I don't even know. I have a knife. Joe Rogan, listen, Joe Rogan, I have a knife in my hand, and I tell this motherfucker, he's talking to Lucas. It's my grandma. You motherfucker. I'll fucking kill you, you motherfucker. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. I'll fuck you and fuck your mother. Joe Rogan,
Oh,
I was
Jesus
just going, so I say, fuck you, you motherfucker. They try to pump bullets in me. They shot me, this motherfucker. He put a goddamn bullet in me. He said, suck my dick. I said, I'll fucking find you. I'll suck your dick. And I'll rip it off once I get this bullet out of my leg. Joe Rogan, it was crazy.
He's fucking unbelievable.
That's my impression of Joey Diaz. Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
bud.
guys. It's the best I could
important.
do.
It's important.
It's the best I could do.
We can't replicate
The-
audience
This is the best I can
clapping,
do.
standing ovation type shit, but that deserved it.
About to do a redneck red collar tour. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Cockle doodle doo.
Cockle-doodle. That cockle-doodle-doo.
That cockle. Them cockles.
Oh, buddy boy. What's going on with those aliens? Nah, that's a heavy question. Don't
Yeah,
start.
the aliens
Alien.
exist.
Okay, so I read this earlier. I thought it was bullshit, but I gotta mention it. A. Armstrong, spelled backwards, is alien.
What?
Yeah. So alien. So Neil Armstrong.
That is the stupidest shit that I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Are you
That is
sure?
the dumbest,
Are you sure?
most
Are you gonna cash that in
ridiculously
as stupid, or are you gonna look
shit
at it?
I've heard in my fucking life.
Neil.
I've heard a lot of stupid shit.
Neil Armstrong is alien.
I've heard a
And
lot
did you hear that?
of
Why are you
stupid
saying
shit.
that's stupid? Is that not?
Why in the goddamn fuck would an alien race
What? Are you
name their
talking about-
fucking
You're going
arbiter?
crazy. No.
Neil Armstrong just to make the goddamn pun
Because humans
that
are
alien
Because
is
humans
his
are
name
funny.
spelled backwards.
This is a funny joke.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Stanley Kubrick's a dickhead. That's why.
Okay, yeah, he was a dickhead. No,
His
Stanley
joke-
Kubrick was a piece of shit. Like, he was an
No, shit.
asshole on set, dude.
He's
like,
he's probably Harvey Weinstein's like god.
no, I don't think he was fucking the talent.
He's probably fucking.
He
everything.
hired a lot of ugly talent was the thing. Maybe he knew that he was Harvey Weinstein, but he just like hired like ugly talent so that he would be unattracted to these people that he wanted to
don't know,
fuck
man.
for jobs.
think you're thinking it too much.
Dude, ugly does not mean
It doesn't feel
undesirable.
good. Like I knew this one
Free
ugly
is,
dude.
I suppose is desirable, but like fuck, dude.
I
have
knew
you
this
seen The
cross-eyed girl
Shining?
that gave blowjobs so good.
You've seen
She
The
was like,
Shining,
"Oh,
right?
where's the duck?"
Conventionally,
But when she got
I
in her
don't even
mouth, she
think
did
in
a
the
really
time-
good job.
I don't even
It's
think
not-
I don't even think in the time that it was made like the female
It's
lead
not,
was
all
as,
about
like a standard attractive
visual.
type of person.
It's not all about visual. You know how much of attraction
Oh, I
is
do.
your nose?
That's why Link is so sexy.
Oh my god. Have you fucked Link yet?
I did just the other day. Have you?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Hey, you want to do it again tonight?
There are so many reasons why this conversation is fucking weird.
Sorry, I didn't know. I thought we were off air.
We're
None
never
of
off air.
That's what Link said.
Oh, Link said that?
Yeah.
he's in the air, not off the air.
In
There
the
is a Morty. You're
Or
Morty.
as a wolf.
We're trying to play that game, Donald Trump versus Rick. Or, no, it was like, looked like Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump. In the game Geese.
Oh my god. Donald Trump versus Bernie.
Bernie Ricks.
Bernie Rick.
Half Rick Sanchez, half Bernie Sanders.
You know what would be funnier than having Donald Trump as a preset
Yes,
for
man.
that game is having Mike Pence as a preset for that
Oh,
game.
gross.
That's what I'm
Nothing
saying.
is funny about
Your
Donald
left hand
Trump anymore. Like, once Donald Trump ran for president, it's like,
He
fucking,
didn't run.
He did.
like, it was like, ha 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 ha, then what?
So I think
Like,
Mike Pence
joke's
is
over.
like
No, the
his
joke's always been over.
like his left hand can't be in the same pants as his right hand.
Yeah, that's the type of person he is.
He's
You almost
like-
hit the nail right
you
on the
know,
head
you
because he
got-
calls his wife mother.
That's so disgusting. That's
It's really weird.
God.
It's not that weird.
No, you don't understand. because you don't understand
He
fucking
pronounces it like mother.
violent,
Mother.
all-knowing Christianity. Baptists are kind of fucking loose with it. There's a lot of denominations and sects that deal with the wrath of God type shit
Yeah.
really, really
It's my
fucking
favorite.
seriously.
Kill them. I say
Kill them all.
Yeah.
Kill
Well,
them
yeah, I
all.
mean-
Fucking everybody that
If
doesn't
you-
believe in this
if
thing.
you believed in the wrath of God, wouldn't you take it seriously?
Yeah. And I did. Because
I
I
take
did.
what I believe
because that's
seriously?
my
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
past. Like, I fucking took it seriously.
I fucking
I
took
thought
it.
that we were probably 20 years from everything coming down. But the trick is, every year another prediction of the end of the world comes out. And that's it. Because nobody knows when it fucking stops.
I had a really weird religious upbringing.
I didn't.
Like, because my dad was like the most religious person I knew growing up. Like, he loved fucking going to church, worshiping. Like, basically, like, half his, like, he wrote, my dad was a songwriter.
Yeah.
I wish I could, like, look up some of his shit, but it was too early for that. No, he used to, like, after his divorce from my mom's, like, the church that he went to was considered, like, way too liberal for, like, my dad was, like, an extremely liberal Southern Baptist.
Yeah.
That I
That
loved.
was a very common thing with
I
the Baptists.
loved-
They're much more.
He was a black eye snowflake.
I loved the church that he went to, though. Like, I used to go to that church with him and his widow all the time.
That's the thing, dude. Like,
And
my
I liked the
upbringing.
pastor. I liked, like, the message at the church all the time, and thought they were really
my
positive
upbringing
people.
is somewhat different. Like, I had a conservative upbringing. I came from Virginia. My dad was a Christian. My dad was a former
And
Catholic.
Bill Clinton
and
sucks.
He was in the military. Like, and Bill Clinton sucks.
Fuck
like, that's
Bill Clinton.
fucking.
He's a
the,
dummy-crat.
That's the
Dummy-crat?
concept.
Remember that one?
Like, that was me for almost until I was like 17 years old.
Oh my god, when I was 17,
That was
I didn't give a
me. Like, I was a
shit.
young
I didn't
Republican
give a
in the making.
fuck.
Like,
I didn't give a
that was it.
fuck. I didn't give
And
a fuck.
I had such a high opinion of myself and my ideas, and I had nothing to compare them to, and that's the reason that I did. And it's just
Yeah,
a
you
fucking
do.
childish. Yay.
You can compare
I'm
that shit to my shit,
Useless,
motherfucker.
and I'm sad all the time. Isn't it great?
you know what's funny is, like, as much as, like, my mom and my dad, God, the only thing they probably had in common was probably politics.
Yeah.
Phalluses.
Now my mom is married to, like, somebody she could kill half the time for what he thinks politically. But I mean, like, it really is funny because, like,
You're gonna vomit
The-
one of these times.
my brother who kind of, like, genetically mostly takes after my mom is probably the most conservative of
Gay.
the three of their children.
That's the
Oh.
beauty of it. The
Yeah.
people that the people that go the most anti-gay are the gayest motherfuckers on the fucking planet.
Anti-gay. I love anti-gay. It's my favorite band.
Like,
We should make a band called
well,
Anti-Gay.
even
It's not.
Let's
Andy-
not.
No,
even
it's
Andy's
not.
wife Ashley, like, she is you know, especially since, you know, the fucking shit happened last November, she's like definitely on the more liberal train, but I can just see like my brother being like breaking that shit down, like, don't know about that. Like, you should probably slow down on that point, Ashley. Like, because you know this and that and the other. Like,
That's super fucked up.
Dude,
The idea,
my brother is
the idea
fucking,
that these people have any fucking leg to stand on.
dude, my brother's fucking Dark Tower. Like, that's
It's so stupid.
yeah.
Like
It's
Dark
real,
Tower? What do you mean by that?
I don't know how to describe this.
Now be careful about Dark Tower.
Like, my brother's intense.
Yeah,
Like, he's
100% or
I
not.
fought him once.
he's
Did you?
He had to get ripped off of me, but I fought him. Not really. We're on mushrooms and we attacked each other. In a hotel.
Dude, that's mushrooms though. Like you'll hit each other and then you'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
I don't know what happened, man. I was just like, we're fighting now. And he's like, yes, we are. And I was
No,
like,
I think-
well, fuck you. And the mushrooms kicked in. It's like,
Ashley made the right decision. She was like, we have to go home. And you were like, she took my best friend from me. And I was like,
Shit.
I was tripping.
I was
Tripping
like,
balls, I
I was
imagine.
like, it's okay, man. Like, I'm glad that you, my brother got along so well.
We're in a hotel, a shitty ass hotel with the fucking
Dude,
swamp.
it was fucking shitty because I will never forget that their pool was fucking closed.
It's gross.
I was like, are you fucking shitting me? Like, we fucking check into a hotel so we could go fucking swimming because it's fucking
I
August.
want to swim. I said I want to swim.
And we wanted to.
No, that is a real fucking like pull the rug out
Dude.
from under you kind
Yeah,
of
the
moment.
I was
bullshit move.
so mad.
I bought
I was
a
so fucking mad.
Bluetooth stereo.
I was like, we don't want to stay here anymore. And they're like, non-refundable.
So yeah, well
I
fuck
want my
you.
money back. Got the receipt. So I listen to people talk about a gunfight. It's so fucking lame. I thought I was gonna hear a real gunfight.
Like, it was
This
so-
is people talking about a gunfight.
It was so bad that, like, me and Adam started fighting over
Yeah, it's like,
nothing.
let's get it going. Pop, 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 pop.
Bow. Bow, 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 bow.
Edward.
No, but my brother is Dark fucking Tower. I don't know. I don't understand. Like,
That's gross. Don't say that anymore. People think about dark dicks.
I
when
think
they say-
about fucking Stephen King, so probably
Yeah.
not dark.
Well, you're an
dicks.
intellectual, but not everybody's an intellectual.
Intellectuals only don't think
Intellectuals
about dark
only with
dicks.
AIDS.com. Splot.com. What the fuck? It was this Linkin Park, put that in the MK Motion Man, and then I said, what's up? I'm so glad you're here.
come
And I was like, come on, let's go master with the remix. And I was like, oh my god, one day, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you cry, they get in mine, I empty hoodie pockets, and I had my arm come out the other side.
no.
That's the way. Then I looked at the eBay layaway. Now I knew Amazon had the best, and I had the Amazon chest. I had the A to the best. My name is Adam. Fuck you. Fuck all the rest. My middle name is Mike. Fuck the shit. I'm fucking fuck it. I put it in a penis. That's my
You
own
know what
penis.
start.
My penis. I want to get a new penis. I'm
I
gonna
tried
replace.
so hard
And I got a new
so
penis.
far,
But I
the
traded in
end,
my
it doesn't
other
even
fucking
matter.
penis. My penis had been used so much. But in the end, I
it
got
doesn't
a
even
brand new penis. Yeah.
matter.
One day, I don't know why nobody ever else tried to get a new penis. I got the best one. I just press a button and it starts.
Interesting.
Made eye contact.
Fucking interesting.
Yo, keyless entry
window.
to my boner. I got it. I got it at home. Hey guys, we're back on.
Yeah, we're
Penis
always
cast.
down. We're always on. We're
Erected
cast.
penis crasters. Penis procrastinator penis.
Tried so
Procrastinators.
hard and got so far.
Yeah, boy.
And it doesn't even matter. I too
Hey.
fall to lose it all.
I'm
up?
trying
What's
to get
up?
to my
What's up?
notes.
What's up?
I was just trying to get-
Matter.
When you feel so little,
Do we
why
wanna
is it
bring up
that
one
your
more subject?
Teeth get bared.
Do we want to bring up one more thing?
Sure. You fuckhead. Oh, I get you good. Oh, yeah. No, what's important is that we keep advancing our fucking culture beyond the point that it is, because, like, we're basically we're the best iteration that has come out so far, so we have to continue.
Yeah.
I believe that, but
That's what I'm saying.
I think
like, that's
there
the
are.
only
I
point
think
that
there's
I can
lost information, lost culture, and I think there are other ways to survive and be humble.
I think that we
I
need
can
to
believe
stop
that.
being so selfish.
I think we need
Absolutely.
to stop being dicks. You know who I blame? Cats. See that motherfucker?
Yeah, he's
He's
an
like,
asshole.
that's a
He's a
clown.
scary
That's a
motherfucker,
clown, jungle clown.
Dude,
That
no,
guy
that's not a
is
jungle
like,
clown. That's
dude,
that's a jungle.
no,
neck
when I
breaker.
say
It's a
clowns,
jungle
I
king.
don't.
He's
No,
a
when I
jungle
say
king.
clown, don't. It's not derogatory.
Scary.
Those clowns are. They have the C word for a reason. It's the
Scary.
4-letter C word.
Fucking scary.
Is that 5? That shit.
Tigers are no joke. They will break your fucking neck. That's their first goal. They will break your neck and then they will eat you.
Well, I'm scared
That's
of
why they have
that.
the long snout.
I'd rather just jump out of Sky Vodka plane.
Vodka plane?
Yeah, Sky
Actually-
Vodka.
What song is this? Oh, this is Ozzy. This is.
I don't think a cat would kill me.
If it hated you, it would.
A big enough cat probably would if it
I'll
was
be back.
hungry.
A starving cat would.
A big enough cat with enough hunger would probably kill you.
A big enough cat in not its right environment would.
In its environment, it would kill you if it needed your meat for its hunger.
Right. Which
It doesn't need that
You know
much
what?
of your meat for its hunger. What happens when you let your cats outside? They kill a lot and they don't eat all of it. What makes a tiger different? The answer is absolutely nothing. It just kills bigger stuff.
yeah, but it
Humans
prefers.
included.
It doesn't prefer
It doesn't
primates
prefer humans.
as a target.
No.
Like it doesn't kill
but
primates
it would
for
kill
fun.
the fuck out of a human.
If it needed to.
Not even just if it needed to. Cats don't kill purely based on their need. They base it on their territory and their desire.
Yeah, it's a good game.
So if they needed me as a status symbol,
That desire comes down to lowest level food and sustenance. But
it's,
beyond that, there's much more killing to be had.
right, it's still survival though. It's still like
That's the beauty of cats, man.
it's still one upping
There
the other
really
cat.
One up your
isn't.
ass.
There really isn't a drive beyond like, I'm just gonna kill that thing.
Yeah, predators, in the purest sense.
There's nothing left of that.
You didn't hit it hard enough.
Okay, yeah.
But that's the beauty of it though. That's the beauty of it. It's like
Cats are beautiful.
they're predictable in that way. Like they will stalk their prey.
Lyrics, fuckhead. trying to look at lyrics. I'm trying to look at shit that I wrote.
Straight from your mind.
Give me them.
Straight from the mind.
It's writing. Might as well be writing it on the goddamn wall.
This is how many times that they got you on the shelf.
Weren't we just trying to like finish up?
Yeah.
To
All
a
right.
certain
One
degree?
more argument. We want to get one at me.
I would say that there are logical reasons behind the constructions that you cite as being significant in ancient Egypt. There are celestial reasons why they exist. There are celestial coordinations that exist.
Sure. Math.
You can figure these distances out.
Yes, it's beautiful.
And they did it because they were impressed by the night sky, which they saw all the time. Every
there you
single
go,
fucking
you
night.
believe.
Every night, they
You
saw
did
this
it.
shit.
There you
And it was
go.
fucking impressive because there wasn't any light pollution. And they saw the Milky Way. And they saw all the fucking
For there to be
stars
no
in the
light
galaxies
pollution.
every night.
Yeah. Then they just figured it out.
No, they looked at it every night for like 1,000 years. And then they figured it out.
Babe, can we go somewhere where like there's the least amount of light
Oh my
pollution?
god! The fucking Northern Lights are supposed to be showing right fucking now! I swear to God! I swear to God! I fucking swear to God!
Well,
right
we're not
fucking
gonna
now!
fucking see them.
We can
We're
go
not.
see.
On,
They said Michigan, you can see them now.
yeah, in
What
like
time?
the UP maybe.
Right now. Let's go. Let's do it.
148.
Send this podcast.
Let's go.
Let's go see that shit.
Yeah, we're
Hey,
gonna go
podcast
look at the
guest.
Northern Lights.
Hey,
Podcast
thanks.
out.
It was
Fucking
a good time.
night.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll see you guys next week. We're gonna probably do this once a week.
Probably, yeah.
All right, let's
Yeah.
get it, baby.
So